Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim coming to you from inside my Flagstaff camper. It's a 2024 25-foot model FKBS. Stands for Front Kitchen Bed Slide. And it is not very big on the outside, but it looks very big on the inside. Today is the day. Check it out. It has arrived. I mean, that's 2 pounds, and it's already ground too, of gold, baby, gold. So let's get us a pot going right here. We're going to enjoy the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life, because this is what started it all right here, the Highlander Grog. Let me get a bottle of water going. Let's open it up. You're seeing it for the first time, like me. Oh, I can't wait. Oh my gosh. Man, so good looking. My goodness. Well, let's get out one of these babies right here. And we'll do a little talking while we're making some coffee. So yesterday was an eventful day. I went to the doctor, my primary. I was sick about 2 weeks ago. Came back from the cruise ship. I had an appointment, and I went in. They asked me if you've been feeling bad in the last few days. I said, well, I can't lie. I said, yeah, I sure have. All right, well, get out. Come back another day. And so while I was in the area yesterday, this is my, let me look at you. This is my new primary. You know, I guess they're going to eventually draw some blood and do the lab work and all that kind of stuff. And so it's kind of a meet and greet with my new insurance over here. And 2 scoops, baby. And so I wanted to make the appointment and you know, get in there. So yesterday when I just popped in the door, because I was in the area, I said, yeah, I was sickly here a little while back and I want to reschedule. She goes, we can get you in today. I said, let's do it. And so yesterday afternoon I went, and I'm so happy I've met this doctor. It's a nice lady. Probably in her, well, I don't want to say how old she is. Very, very nice lady. And what was different about this visit, I know it's kind of the get acquainted visit, so you spend a little more time with you generally on that. She spent a lot of time. We chatted about a lot of things, off topic of health too, just getting acquainted, where we're from, and you know, where we used to live and things. And it was just very nice. And what I was impressed about her is when I was sitting there waiting, she was kind of busy. There's only a couple of doctors in that office, I think. And let's turn this on. How about that? Whew, let's get going. So she checked in after they called me back. I'm sitting in the room, and she's, I'll be with you in a minute. I'm just, you know, doing something here, but I didn't forget about you. And most of the time, you don't ever see them until they show up. And so that was kind of nice. That was kind of a first good impression that she thought enough to let me know. You know, like going to a restaurant and, you know, they don't come over to you right away, but then they acknowledge you. That means everything, doesn't it? They know you're sitting there. So I was impressed with that right away. And so I exercised patience, of which I have. I try to. And so she checked me out, and we didn't do any labs or anything yesterday. We're going to do that in about a month. And I'm also going to get a flu shot in about a month. She said in October is a good month to do it, late October. I don't know why. I guess that's the time of year. And since I was just sick, she said, I can give it to you right now. I was going to go to Walgreens. You know, that's where I go get them, and they're free, you know, with your Medicare. But I said, okay, you know, when I was sick, I was better, and then there was some kind of like, I don't know, relapse, a little bit of a like, hey, this, I can't get rid of this. You know, what is it? And now I'm good, but so I said, well, all right, well, you know, if there's anything still in me and it's better to wait, then that's what I'll do. Get rid of this banana. I ate one this morning. It was so soft. Yuck. So, okay, so in a month, I'll get the blood work done and the flu shot. No more COVID shots, no more boosters or any of that stuff. And we talked about that too. I won't go into it. She had an opinion about it and this and that. And she said that it's not, it's with us. You know, COVID is still with us and probably will never not be with us, but is not as traumatic or as bad as it was in the initial, you know? Well, obviously. So, you know, it is what it is. We're dealing with it. That's the times we're living in, folks. 2024, you got to live your life. A couple of people that rest in peace that passed away the last couple of days. We remember Chris Christopherson. Did you hear about Pete Rose? Pete Rose passed away yesterday or the day before. And someone else told me too, I never heard of him. It was some soap opera person, a guy that died. And I'm sure many others. And then, of course, people that we don't know that aren't famous, friends and family that we all know that, you know, like we were reading the other day from the Bible, all you are is a mist, a vapor, here for a moment and then vanishes. I mean, that's really in the scheme of it. In the scheme of eternity, and after you do your time here and you live your life, whatever life you choose to live, and you're gone, in a pretty short time, this sounds cold, but people forget you. Maybe not your children and your spouses and all that, not for a long time, but friends and acquaintances and these things that people you might have played golf with every day and whatever. Yeah, you'll pass their mind occasionally, but you know, life just goes on. People just move on. You know, other people that were famous, they passed away months ago. We talked about Pee Wee Herman. And who was famous that that died? And I mean, many. So your life, from the time you're born to the time you know how to get out and do your own thing, maybe 21 years old. Some of you start a little earlier. I did. Get you a little higher there. What are you going to do with it? It's great to make a difference in the world and to help others and all that, but your life is your life. And you have a right to enjoy your life the way you want to do it. You want to do it just traveling and never being anywhere one place forever and just be a kind of a rolling stone. You want to put in roots and make an investment into your town, your community, into a family, into your home, and cultivate your property and grow your assets and just go to this job and get promotions and just, you know, stay within a small confines of a community or a town with occasional, you know, trips to here and there. You can do that. Whatever blows your skirt up. But you should live your life instead of just sitting around, you know, and then another year goes by and you're like, oh, well, what happened? I mean, yesterday was, I graduated. So, now, that could be a life too. You could say, you know, I just want to waste my life. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit here, watch grit TV, and grow old, and then check out of here. Now, today, change the subject. I've got cowboy coffee going. Because we're going to get back to what the doctor lady told me yesterday. And you guys are like, we've been telling you. Look at that. Look at the color Look at the beautiful color there. That's 2 scoops and 1 bottle of water. We got our cup. We got nothing in it. And we're going to go Cowboy Coffee. Half a cup. And I can smell it. Now this coffee does have some, it says caramel, butterscotch, and hazelnut. So it does have a flavoring in it. So without that creamer, sugars, and artificial flavoring, we're going to see what caramel, hazelnut, and butterscotch taste like. It's hot. Here comes the flavors. Yep. You know, if you're going to drink Cowboy Coffee, and you got butterscotch, hazelnut, and caramel in your coffee, and you've already got some flavor, and you don't need that creamer, folks, that's the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. That is it. Cowboy Coffee with caramel, butterscotch, and hazelnut by Barris Brothers Coffee Roasters. Highlander Grog. Man, that's 2 pounds of go, baby, go. So, I'm going to do my best from now on. Wawa, anywhere I go. You know you can't believe a damn thing I say. To drink my coffee, Cowboy Coffee. Ain't nobody got time for fooling around with adding all this stuff. When I go to McDonald's, I don't have to tell them 3 and 3 and wait for it, and hopefully they did it. All I gotta say is, coffee, baby. Just give me some coffee. You know what? That's the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. It really is good. I've been missing it this whole time. Now we got to go around and try them from all the other places that don't have caramel, butterscotch, and hazelnut. See how they rank. And we'll begin that this morning. We'll go somewhere. It is back to the doctor. Let me tell you about what happened there. All right, I threw it away. It's in the trash over there. I got pictures of chickens and chicken meat and fish. And then on this side of the plate, I got, let me get it for you. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. All right. The Mediterranean diet. Daily basics. So as her job, requires, I went in and weighed 207 yesterday, 206, whatever it was. And she's talking about all this stuff here. Where is it? Here's some calories and blah, 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 and all this stuff. Using olive oil, not butter. Here we go. Here we go. All right. She says, like these are the starchy, like potatoes and stuff. No good. In moderation. And then here it is, chicken, fish, and I guess it's pork chops or something. I don't know what it is. Something here. White meat. Less red meat. No steaks. No cowboy steaks. No hamburgers. And then she says, and you see 2/4, and then you got this big half here, comprised of vegetables, carrots, tomatoes, peppers, onions, different colored peppers, and things like that. So she's trying to explain that 4 servings of vegetables would be, ideal daily. So You've been telling me, oh, and she said eggs. You're like, no eggs, one egg. I'm like, what? No eggs? Thought that was protein. She goes, maybe one egg and a white. I said, not 3 eggs, huh? And she says, all right, well, how about 2 eggs and a white? And, you know, and not like every day. So everything that I eat is what I was raised on, is what I like. So now I got to, you know, eat a orange and an apple and a pear, and I've got to, you know, and like she said, you see this? It's kind of like a salad. I said, yeah, it is. But then salads can be bad if you have, you know, too many croutons in it and certain dressings and that kind of thing. But I did take those salad mixings back to Winn-Dixie yesterday for the fact they were brown, and they had no problem with that. So black coffee, more vegetables, no alcohol, not any butter. What am I going to do with this butter? Huh? What am I going to do with this butter? And I got 4 sticks, a brand new package of butter I just bought at Wally World. I know, I hear you. You can use a little. You just don't sit there and slather it on bread every morning and have 2 pieces of toast with butter and jelly. I get it. Moderation, right? Hardest thing I've ever had to do. That's good coffee. Well, you get those tastes, man. This is the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life, right here. So, heartbeat. Oh boy. I mean, blood pressure. Listen to this one. This will get you. Where's that at? Threw it all in the trash. Oh, whatever. I have it. It's in the. It's in these other papers I've got. It was 157 over 88, and then 145 later. They say, oh well, you know, we're going to check it again. Some people come into the doctor's office are a little nervous, but before you leave, we'll do it again after you've calmed down a little bit. And it was still elevated. Well, I have a blood pressure. We got one right here, sent to me from Medicare. Well, actually, I bought it. Medicare will give you one if you got that money fund, but I already spent it all. So I got one of these. Now I know you're not supposed to be standing up, but we'll check it right now while I'm standing up. I could go sit down, right? Let's see what it is. Because I checked it this morning, and it was good. In fact, it says right here, here's the memory. It says, oh, it's just starting to pump. Hang on, let's go over here. Come with me. I got to sit down. Don't have your legs crossed. See what it says. Probably not I'm not supposed to be talking either. I had that coffee. Any day now. Something's not right. All right, it released. There you go, folks. Ain't got nothing wrong with me. That's pretty good. But yeah, yesterday it was high. So I don't get it. So they had me on, come off. They had me on blood pressure medicine a couple of years ago. I went to a primary and it registered high like it did yesterday. And like, oh, you need blood pressure medicine. And then you need a cholesterol pill. And I just stopped taking them because I bought this and I was taking my blood pressure every day and it was normal. So I said, I don't need these pills. Anyway, they say it's a silent killer. And I told her that. She goes, it is. Let's get some more coffee. So moving on from the doctor, I was going to talk about what was it? 2 things you lose, folks, when you get older. All right, a little anti-skid thing don't work too good, but I bought it. I like it. The weather. Oh God, you gonna talk about the weather? This morning, about midnight or 1 in the morning, I was as terrified as I was during Tropical Storm Debbie. Literally on the roof of this camper, thunder and lightning. I mean, I was sure this is it. This is it. I mean, wow, you can hear everything in here. And it poured. So I was watching something on YouTube about weather. It's a guy that's got his own channel. He's kind of a meteorologist guy. And he looks into the far future, and he was talking about, this other system that could develop in the Gulf and become something. His opinion is it'll be a rainmaker, but none of that's good. Let me put you up a little higher. I won't go into all the weather stuff, but he did say that the first half of October is going to be wet. Now, I can't tell you the last time here in Florida I have seen more rain and more saturated ground. All of August it rained. All of August, every day. And then, of course, Tropical Storm Debbie we got flooded all over, the area. And then, of course, this last storm that damaged a lot of the coastal area, it didn't drop as much rain as Debbie did, but it had that storm surge. And now we're going to have just basically tropical moisture and rain and possibly a Category 1 or possibly just a tropical storm that dumps a lot of water. And flooding is, which do you take? Which is your better medicine? A wind effect of a strong hurricane, storm surge, or something that just sits on top of you and just dumps water and turns the area into a lake? None of it's good. Not one thing. And I don't know, I can't recall in recent memory living in Florida where, we've had this kind of moisture. Oh, that's good. And then yesterday, I like to complain. It's hot as hell. It's just like a mile from the sun. It wasn't raining, it was sunny skies, and it was just blazing hot. It's one thing when you have a beautiful blue sky and sunshine, but the ambient temperature, the Fahrenheit, is just like low humidity and warmth, just a sun. You're like a raisin, man. You just want a grape. You're just soaking it up. Not like, it's beat me down heat. Get out of here. Get in the air conditioning. And I felt that out in California. I felt that in Las Vegas. I felt that in Nevada and in Bullhead City before it started getting 120 degrees. Now, I will tell you this. When it comes to weather, why are we talking about the weather? When it gets hot out west, say Vegas, Utah, St. George, Mesquite, Bullhead City, Laughlin, all those places. You've seen the terrain. You've seen what the desert looks like. It looks like another planet, right? It looks scorched. That's because it is. It gets so blazing hot that you literally have to leave. I don't know how anyone stays there. And if you have an RV, the air conditioning won't work. This 13,500 BTU air conditioning, it's only going to cool this camper down 25 degrees from the outside temperature. So on the very hottest day here in Florida, it's going to cool. But out there, it got to be about 120, 122, 115. So it was like 90 in the camper. And it wouldn't cool. So you can't you can't live in the camper, you can't stay in it, and you certainly can't be outside. So you have to leave. And people leave here too because it gets very hot and they go north. But if you didn't leave, like me, and you stay year round, like I have most of my life here, you bitch about it, you complain about it, you hate it, but you can go in some air conditioning and you can go to your car, but get back in the air conditioning. But out there, that's uninhabitable. I don't know how people are doing it out there. It's dry heat, they say. Yeah, it's an oven. It's an oven. I never felt such heat. Gosh. But it's beautiful right now. Way nicer than here. And it's only a short time that you have to deal with that out there. That's another good thing about it. Where here, we're not going to see cool weather until probably January. It's just, we get miserably hot, humid Christmases here. But maybe it'll break. I don't know. But they're saying a lot of rain coming for October. And that's preventing me from playing some golf. I'm sure it won't rain every day. But I don't want to play cart path only. And I don't want to play where the fairways are soggy. And I've been trying to get out there and play some golf. Of course, I'll be a one-eyed golfer. I've got the eye surgery coming up. That's another thing. The old eye surgery. Well, it is what it is. I'll be talking to that guy very soon, and I'm going to be asking all the questions. What, when, and how, and why do we need to do this for? And he got to come up with some really good reasons. Close my cabinet here. Let's get on down to... well, I can't be eating biscuits and stuff, so back to what the doctor said. I got to, watch the diet. So I guess I'll pick up some oatmeal today, and I'll make oatmeal for breakfast. I'll pick up some kind of fish at Walmart, and just a little bit of olive oil, and push some fish in the pan, and have fish. I love fish. Just I usually get it when I go to a restaurant. But what do? They cook it in butter and put all this crap on it. Like that bourbon salmon, and I love that. So anyway, going to try and do better on the diet. Do the salads. I'll pick up a bag of apples. Wow. I had a subscriber call me last night. We got that crock pot. Use it. You can just put it in there. A little bit of chicken broth or even just a little water. She said, I don't even sear my meat. You can sear the meat, but you can just put it in there in the morning and by lunch. It's good. It's so good. Tim, do it. And she's so cute. John and Carol, good friends of mine, over on the East Coast. And she's always wanting me to use that crock pot. She watches all the videos. Good morning, John and Carol. So anyway, that's what happened yesterday. Busy. I was like almost 2 hours with the doctor, hour and a half. And I went to the gym. I did go to the tower at Nathan Benderson Park and went up 3 times, and I can do it now. Remember me talking about how sore I was in my chest doing push-ups? Well, I'm banging them out now. No soreness at all. What's his name? Dog the Bounty Hunter and I were banging them out. That was pretty cool meeting him. Oh, by the way, I read all the comments of all of the people that you have met. I asked everybody to maybe mention if you've met somebody, you actually met them and talked to them or shook their hand, not saw them across the street. And quite a few of you have met some very interesting people. And thank you for sharing that. That was really, really cool. And quite a different array of celebrities. I had one guy that private messaged me. He didn't leave it in comments on Facebook. And he's actually met presidents and, I was telling one guy, I said, the reason that so many people maybe haven't met these celebrities or talked to them, other than just seeing them maybe somewhere, is we don't travel the same circles. We don't eat the same restaurants as they do. But it is kind of cool how some of you said you met them at an airport or you drove somebody somewhere and you spent a lot of time with them. That was an interesting comment. And anyway, I read them all. thank you very much for your feedback on that. And we'll come up with some more questions that would be fun to answer, that I can read, that you can share. Maybe one question I'll pose to the community. It's political, but it's not. I was going to propose this question to people in the streets out here, doing another straw poll, rather than asking them who they would hope to win the election. I thought maybe I would ask people, no matter who wins, what would you like to see change, or what is the most important policies that you think that this country needs? So I will put that question to you right there. Is your top 1 to 3 things that you feel are the most important to you for our country, or to you, coming this November during the election. I mean, is it border security? Is it inflation? Is it home prices? Is it foreign affairs, the wars and stuff, fuel prices? What do you think that we can do? What do you think they should do? I don't want to get too political on it and all that, but if there is something, I would be interested in knowing what is it that you're feeling the most pinch on, and that you would like to see, in the coming 4 years, that our country can, is it something you're hoping for your grandchildren? That home prices will come down and they can afford their first home. Are you fed up with, like in Nevada and other places in California, you got $5 a gallon gasoline? Is that something that's important to you? I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be. Is some of the, let's say, gun rights or the abortion deal, what is it that's ticking you, that you're worried about losing, or you think that they need to improve or protect in the next 4 years? I mean, there's a lot of things, isn't there? I mean, really is. I mean, if we had a wish list, if I did, I could sit and say, well, I wish this would stay, this would go away, this would come down, this would go up. So you're not going to please everybody, that's for sure. But how about this one? Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? Or do you think we're going in the right direction? Should there be a change? Should we change the direction that we're going? Or do you like where it's going? And it's going to, we're in a lag effect, always in a lag effect. What is happening this year is a result of things that happened a year ago or even 6 months ago. It is true that most things in the economy, they don't change overnight. They don't say something or do something and then you see the prices change even the next week. It's several months it can take. Lag effect. It's called lag effect. We'd be lagging right now. We're lagging on the good things coming, or we're lagging on the worse things getting worse. I don't know. But that's something that you can talk about. So I made the bed and took my blood pressure. Had nothing to eat. I don't want to get a biscuit. I think I'll go out and buy a biscuit for somebody, though, or whatever else they want. We can do that. And talking about that, like paying it forward and buying things for people. Some of you in the comments made some very good points. What I choose to do, like doing things like that, versus going down to where I see some major damage and pulling over and saying, hey, what can I do to help you out? I think they have contractors and insurance and more qualified people to do that. And I think that the first stages, of the cleanup and stuff, maybe, heavy equipment and things like that need to come in there and what have you. There could always be something, but, somebody that's having a bad day, that didn't necessarily lose anything from a storm, but they're having a bad day with their job, with their spouse, with one of their children. They're just kind of, not feeling it. And I'm sure you don't have to look very hard to find somebody that's a little disconcerted or worried about something that they're giving attention to that they really shouldn't, but they are. And sometimes God will just simply put people in other people's path that can do something to just kind of give them a smile. And like, wow, my luck is changing, or that was very nice, I feel good about that. And that gives them something else to think about than what they were dwelling on. I mean, I know it's happened to me a couple of times where somebody bought me a coffee or whatever my order was, and I just thought, pretty cool. I mean, I thought about it all day, and it doesn't matter how much it was or what I got. It was the fact that someone did that, and it kind of restored my faith in humanity. And there's a lot of ways that you can look today and find fault with humanity, that a lot of people are failing and coming up short on acting and being who they were created to be. And we're better than that. And so I thought maybe doing these kinds of things, if it caught on, we did it often enough, or maybe the person behind me also did it, and that's happened, where everybody in the line just kept doing it. That's how you spread. That's how it grows. But if it never happens, if one person doesn't do it, or nobody does it, then nobody knows about it. It doesn't happen. So maybe consider that yourself. But it doesn't always have to be, money. You can always return a cart for someone. You're walking into Walmart, somebody just put their stuff in the car. I'll get that for you. Or you're going into Walmart, you get a cart. Somebody's waiting to get one. Give them one. There's all kinds of small things that you can find to do. And I learned about these things when I took my cruises. It seems like those people find and search because they want to make a tip, and it's also in their nature. They really do it from their heart, I can tell. These people, their culture, where they come from, they're a different bird than the American people sometimes. I mean, we take things for granted. They look for every opportunity, even the way they thank you and say sir or ma'am or whatever. If you just use a gentle voice, if you do simple things, gestures, helping someone, giving them a shopping cart, anything that you can see, you can think about. I was in the gym yesterday, and I pointed at the thing because I seen the guy's phone on the ground, and it was right next to the dog. I was trying to get next to him. And now I was just going to be on that machine, and he happened to be there, and we had already talked and everything, and I decided that, hey, everybody else is going to let the guy alone, let him do his thing, and, I'll respect that. So I wanted to get on this machine. It was a tricep machine, and the guy had his phone on the floor, and I point. I'm like, oh, you're there? And he said, I got one more. I only got one more. I said, oh, okay. So I just kind of waited on the side over there. I sat down on this other machine, kind of got my breath anyway. And he got done, and here's what he said to me. Do you want me to clean that for you? I mean, he wasn't a sweaty slob that had been working out for an hour in there, and he'd left a bunch of sweat on the seat. Otherwise, he would have probably had a rag with him. It was nothing. And I had a rag. I wipe them down before I get on them. I go, no, I got it. No, you're good. But I mean, not like, hey, it's all yours, and walk away and didn't clean it, and I got to think, hey, what about cleaning the, He asks. Just like the doctor yesterday, hey, I'll be with you in a minute. I didn't forget about you. I'm sorry about that. Acknowledge people. It makes a difference. It really does. You go to Chick-fil-A, and you say thank you, and they got that, they're trained. My pleasure. And it's a very kind thing to hear. That's what they're trained to do. They have to say it. And they should say it. That's why they're so successful. You can never go wrong doing the right thing. Isn't that funny? There's two ways of doing stuff, right? The right way and the wrong way. Principles and basics have never failed. People want to reinvent the wheel. They want to think there's a shortcut. or they don't have to do this anymore. And all you're doing is shortcutting yourself. You're losing what you could be getting by not crushing it.